o'clock, so we'll call the meeting to order and stand for pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico and the symbol of great friendship among united cultures. Okay, so we'll move on to item number 2, approval of agenda.
I'll make that motion to approve the next agenda.
Motion by Mrs. Escobar, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mrs. Cole, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. We'll move on to approval of the minutes for the regular meeting of July 15th, 2024.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes of July 15th.
Motion by Mrs. Esquivel, do I have a second?
I second the motion.
Seconded by Mr. Della O, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. We will move on to reports. Dr. Lucas?
So first, the student counts, and the last count I had was 399, which were down about 20 or so, but it'll slowly build back up, especially after Labor Day. So
You said 299?
399,
399?
yes. And then next up, any questions for Ryan on the operations report?
I don't have a question, but I wanted to thank you guys for addressing the issue with the bus right away and putting more measures to make sure it's safer. So thank you.
Okay, building reports, Sulim is sick today, so any questions on hers? I can go over the buildings.
Well, can we go back? I'm sorry.
Sure.
On the building reports on DTMS, are they almost done?
They're done with the turf, the tetherball, and the volleyball, but they're gonna put some, pressure fines to make it kind of hard, like concrete with the dirt and where it gets muddy. That's the last project. I believe we're getting, TJ McCoy to drop that in there, guys.
Okay.
So that's the last project.
I have a suggestion if possible. Can we get rid of those trees or build new trees around the basketball goals? And, get those weeds out of the way?
So I
Yeah.
did, as far as like trees go, I did ask Balthazar if he could plant some trees there.
Oh.
Just could he said in the springtime, because right now they went.
Yeah, they won't take.
So, yeah, so in the springtime, so yeah, we're looking at that.
Yeah, just to make it
Oh,
look
that's good then, yeah.
nicer or something. Or take them out. Thank you.
So any questions on Sulimus?
Okay.
Okay.
Good evening. Just the start of the new year, just getting, everything's getting going. Just, I guess, highlight was we did have a few students proficient in at least one of the tests and that's the state test that we take in April. So we had, some proficient in reading and language arts, and we just got the science ones back this week, so we had additional. So with that, we had told the kids that we would take them to some type of a game. So on September 11th, we are taking those that were proficient if they want to go to Chihuahua's game. We're also going to go ahead and go to the Holocaust Museum and just throw in a little bit of education in there. And so that's what the plan is on that day. And I notified, because that includes our freshmen also, since we told them that they would, so I went ahead and let Scott know about them and sent them emails, just to discuss it with their parents, and then I would get permission slips to them, just, right now, just so we have a head count of how many are actually gonna go, and I think there were 13 total freshmen that were, and so anyway, the plans are in the making for that, and we just have to like finalize everything with numbers. We will be mass testing this week, we'll start tomorrow. And, you know, just trying to encourage our kids to always perform their best. You know, whether it's like on the field or the court, but also in the classroom. And that's, you know, just trying to find a way to motivate kids is what we're trying to do. And any questions on anything?
I think we're good.
It looks like you were very busy already.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We do, another thing, we do have that presentation, Stand for the Silent, that is coming, and just a special thank you to Margaret Travis and Joni Kerr for, they knew that it was coming to Deming and asked us if we wanted to have them here, so we really appreciate that because it's really no cost to us. We just needed the time. So that's coming on the 18th, September 18th. So, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Scott?
All right, well, this is good evening, board, President Samuel, Superintendent Dr. Lucas. Yeah, same thing, we're 3 weeks in, just began tracking absences and tardies, so I'm gonna make sure we follow the correct procedures this year so we can get JPPO involved and see what idea needed, just to make sure we got kids coming to school and make sure they're not being just absent and tardy. So trying to help that, or try to do a better job at that. Still looking for support from the parents and such, just to help us with that. Freshmen are good, it's a good group. Professionals, you know, they're adapting real well, you know, teachers seem to like them. I mean, they like them every year, but you know, it's kind of a good group of freshmen, so that's good. Ms. Culberson, the leadership team, she did another fundraiser, so they painted the parking lots this past weekend in the back. So it looked pretty good, so you can grab the parking lot, so kids pay for the parking spots. Erica Valdez, a community outreach environmental department, she came from class, and she's talking to Ms. Silks about having a science fair, and so she's excited about that. And then she has a grant, so hopefully she's able to use that grant to where Ms. Silks, I think, is going to use her biology class, I think, you know, one of her biology classes to do the science fair, and then whoever else wants to join in. And then hopefully we can just make it a science night. So that's kind of, you know, cool. So we had our parent night at the high school, we had a parent night for athletics. Joni Kerr and others held their family engagement and community resource fair there at the high school. Everything went pretty well. We actually hosted the public information meeting to go over water delivery efforts there at the high school the other day too. So everything went well there. And then we're looking for, you know, participants in homecoming parade, September 19th or 20th. Not for sure about the game's the 20th. So we're hoping we can do the parade that Thursday afternoon. If not, we'll keep you posted on that.
We're looking at doing a half day that Thursday to release the parade.
And then we have completed our maps and you know, started working on our 90-day plan. I didn't get no numbers in or anything like that. We actually have our science scores back as well. I know Mrs. Stewart's kind of was happy with some of the results with science. They had, you know, we did better than what we thought. So we'll get to those numbers. And then, you know, this year we have Mr. Newell and Mrs. Culberson having that state test prep class just to kind of help students that maybe didn't score as well on the math scores last year with English and math. And we're having those just to kind of get them on the right track. And we'll see how that works this year. It's the first year we've done it, so everything goes there. And just jump in athletics real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so tomorrow night we have our, Meet the Mavericks at 6:30 here at the field. So everybody's invited. Thursday night, it's our first, volleyball game, reserve, those who travel in reserve. And then our first home game is, this Friday versus Duncan. We had a scrimmage last week, we hosted Union Valley and St. David from Arizona, and everything went well, all the kids are healthy. Coach Hooper can give you more details, but hey, we look better than we did last year. So, you can see the improvement, you can see the maturity, so it's good, all the kids did well. And we're excited about the volleyball season, got a lot of girls back from last year, so we're looking for another good season there in volleyball and football. It's excited to get started, but once it gets started, once this Thursday and Friday started, it's like, it goes fast. That's it. Any questions?
I had a question.
Yeah.
So the girls did a sale for shirts and most of the boys didn't do a shirt. Yes.
Yeah, so Coach Hooper doesn't, I think he's gonna buy some t-shirts, but I think it's just team t-shirts. He doesn't usually.
Nobody-
He doesn't
He
usually.
doesn't want the,
He doesn't.
he doesn't want the town to support the kids.
He does want the town to support the, but he does want the town to support the kids, but I forgot something. He does want the town to support the kids. I know that, he's just not, yeah, I mean, I can't answer for him, but he does. He does want to support. But he just doesn't do his t-shirt sales. I guess that's all I can say right now. But yeah, the volleyball girls were, and then also Friday night football game, it's the, we're inviting we're inviting the veterans and everything to come out, so we're gonna announce the veterans throughout the games and stuff, so. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? That's all the reports.
Oh, I'm glad BTMS has a football team
Yes.
this year.
Yes.
I'm really
They're
glad.
great,
The
man.
boys,
Go team, man.
the boys, DTMS boys football, they have a
That's
team
good.
this year, so it's good.
And I believe
We
there's
have
one girl.
on there.
Oh, one girl? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we have one girl on there, so, their first game was actually gonna be in Huachuca City, but, it was canceled because they're redoing their field.
Mm.
And so, but yeah, we have, and it's 8-man, and we're playing them here, we're playing Adamus, Duncan,
Oh, that's good.
somebody else.
Plus it's tier C and Animus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm just glad the program is on
Yeah,
again.
but it's
This
fun.
is year.
Yes.
Thank you. So we'll move into public forum. And we have one today, so thank you, Simon, for coming. We appreciate it. We appreciate you taking time out of your day, and we value what you have to say. There is a time limit, 5 minutes each person. Of course, it's only you.
It's gonna be 30 minutes for you, I guess.
The board cannot provide comments or responses to the issues raised during the public comment period, but we listen to all of your input and can follow up at a later time. And then, of course, we ask that all comments be respectful and relevant to the topics of the school board's jurisdiction.
Okay.
I'm not worried about that with you.
So I did print out, because I'm gonna reference emails, so I did print out, so you guys have this to look at as well. So I'm here to speak about the recent dress code change that, is no shorts allowed at the high school at all. I understand that some people think it's not a big deal, it's just shorts or whatever, but it really is. It's a change in custom for our kids. They're used to a certain relaxed lifestyle, especially living in the desert. I did follow chain of command regarding this issue. I contacted Mr. Roberson. Then I went to Dr. Lucas, and unfortunately, I don't feel comfortable with the responses I got, so I'm coming to you guys. Mr. Roberson basically said it was his preference. The change in dress code was purely his personal preference. Dr. Lucas stated he doesn't see an issue with this. Like I said, I continue to see that I have an issue with it. we as parents have been involved in some decision-making in the past. During COVID, surveys were sent out saying, hey, what school days do you guys think would work best? What hours do you think would work best? I think that was awesome. You know, these are our kids, us being involved is cool. This was not, in my opinion, a safety issue. So I don't see why this decision should have been made so quickly and so hastily, especially a week or two before school started, when the majority of parents have already gone school shopping. I know myself, you know, economy is super tight right now. Having to go buy a whole second wardrobe for my kid that mostly wears shorts almost every day. He goes through phases, but he wears shorts almost every day, and that's exactly what he bought. So my big thing is parent involvement, student involvement. The school really focuses on the fact that our kids are almost adults. They want to teach them how to be adults. You know, they're getting there. My son's 15, he's a sophomore in high school. But this was, to me, kind of a micromanagement in a way of these kids that are being pushed to act like adults. So my suggestion and my wish would be that parents and the students in the school be involved in this decision. I mean, there was a rule, you know, a length rule on the shorts. The teachers, according to my son, the teachers are diligently following this new rule of no shorts. So why couldn't the previous dress code rule be just as diligently followed? I mean, those few students that supposedly wore shorts that caused issues, send them home, you know, follow your matrix, get the parents involved. Don't change the entire dress code for the entire school because a few students can't follow the rules. That's exactly what that matrix is made for. So, I mean, to me, we should be encouraging, focusing them on, you know, a comfortable learning environment, involve the parents, and, you know, they're our kids. Yes, we entrust them to you guys for their education, but they're our kids. I think we should be involved in things that are not safety or life-threatening. And this is one of them. I don't agree. I don't think it was that big of a deal. Enforce the rule you already have versus changing it for everybody. So respectfully, since I've gone through my chain of command, respectfully, I'm asking you guys to maybe take it into consideration, work with them and see what we can do. I think it should go back to the way it was and just, you know, stick to that rule. Kids come in short shorts or inappropriate shorts. I know, I've seen some of them. I can't believe some of our boys wore shorts that short. I've seen them. I've also not let my kid out the door. So as a parent, they need to step up, but as a school, you need to say, nope, back home, go change. It's not acceptable. So that was my thing. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
So
thank you
much.
guys.
Okay. I'm going.
Okay, no.
I'll forget if I don't
I'd
write
be
it down.
like, hurry up. One at a time.
Okay, so we'll move on to item number 6, Board of Education issues.
Right, just a reminder of the fall meeting, September 24th in Animas. So I think that's the first time we'll be there since I've been here. 7 years. I'll get the times as soon as I can, they can have it posted. I'm assuming it'll be 5:30 or 6 like it has been in the past.
Mhm.
Do you want me to get a vehicle for it? I mean, and we leave from here, or do y'all want to take your own vehicles, or what do you want to do?
To me, it doesn't matter. It's just right there, so I
Yeah.
could take my own vehicle.
24th,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't have to waste school gas.
Okay.
I'll be out of the country.
Oh, wow, okay.
Well, how dare you?
Yeah.
I'll be gone for a week to Puerto Vallarta.
Enjoy. But, I'll shoot out an email just to double check as it gets closer.
Okay,
And then if not, we can just take our own vehicles.
okay, sounds good.
Item number 7, consent agenda. B, approval of accounts payable and payroll liability transactions.
Brian, are you next?
Yeah. Any questions on checks or anything?
So this is the first report with the new accounting software, so things probably look a little different.
Quite a bit different.
Yeah, and we're still trying to like work out any problems, but going forward, any feedback you guys have as far as changes, I'll try to implement. I didn't see the bank recs or there should be a PO listing also.
Well, I've got a disbursement detail list.
Okay, good, because that's not, okay.
Yeah.
But,
We don't know, I send them all the board packet, but in this one, just to save paper, we just do the basic.
okay, yeah. But yeah, so I just wanted, it looks different, and that's why. New software,
Yeah.
first month.
And if there's anything on there that you would like to see that was from the old versus the new that you would like to see on there, let us know. Any questions on any of the checks or anything?
I didn't have any.
No.
Susie?
She's still there?
Hey, Susie?
No questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Well, if, I'm sorry.
Did I include a PO listing too, or no, or just a disbursement detail?
I think you had the, okay.
So that one, that's a new report that we didn't provide with the old software, and that just shows all the POs that were created for the month of July. So it doesn't mean that we cut a check for it, but we opened a PO for it.
Right, so we're obligated.
So if it's check cleared, it's cleared.
Yeah, well, all right, so the disbursement detail listing that Dr. Lucas talked about earlier, that would be like actual checks being printed. But then in addition to that, with this new software, what I typically put in our packet is just a report of all the POs that are open that year, or that month. And July is an outlier month because it's the first month of the new fiscal year. So there's probably way more POs in that month than you'll probably see going forward, so.
I heard positive feedback from some secretaries that they're gonna love this
Yeah.
new program software thing.
Well, and it's,
So,
it's even, you know, we have it now where you can approve, we stop the paperwork for like leave requests or sick days. It goes through the system and makes it a whole lot easier.
yeah, so I heard positive feedback.
Good.
We just did the first big payroll last week and just maybe 2 or 3 minor things.
Oh,
but
okay.
We're getting it all ironed
Yeah.
out.
No glitches here.
Yeah, because you had to set up everyone, all brand new, thanks, everything, so.
That's
I'm
good.
actually pretty happy for that being the big payroll with the teachers back, that it went as smoothly as it did, but.
Yeah.
I'm pretty familiar with the software, I've just never implemented it like brand new, so.
And it was a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
Our ladies in the office did a
Barb and Julie
lot
did a
of
lot.
work getting all that.
We've been working on this since January, I feel like, so it's been. Yeah, but now we're all on the new one, so I just wanted to be here for sure.
I'd be
Explain
like,
that.
hey, it's not working.
Yeah, it's different.
We gotta get another one, just
It's
kidding.
different.
But no, they said they're gonna like it, so.
Good, good.
Thank you, Barbara.
Okay, and then we have a couple of bars. The first one is for the GOB library. And it's the fiscal year 25 budget, it's initial, it is the initial, right? Correct?
Increase.
Increase, okay, so $4,050 increase. And then the next one is the universal free lunch, and it's an increased bar also, of $24,755. And that's all. So just 2, it's not too bad.
No.
Any questions on either one of those? Okay.
Is that the budget for the entire fiscal year?
I'll make a motion to accept the bars as presented.
Okay, Just,
That's fine.
One moment.
For right
no,
now,
that was,
Okay.
yeah,
it could change throughout the year, but that free lunch one, for example, I believe is,
it went up, so the adjusted budget went up to 36,000.
and that's the state providing free lunch to all
Mm-hmm.
kids. And then the GOB library, I believe was an increase because when I did the budget in April, I estimated lower than what we actually
Oh.
finished the year in, so we're just truing it up to what we finished the year at.
And I don't think we did a motion for the approval of accounts payable either.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So I will entertain a motion.
For accounts
I'll
payable.
motion to approve the accounts payable and payroll liability transactions.
Motion by Mr. Delaho, do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Seconded by Mrs. Esquivel, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. We'll move on to discussion items.
Was that for both of them or just the first one? Do we
I
need to
think
do one
it's
for
the
the
first
bar?
one and then Susie second.
Second?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, she made the motion for the second.
one, yeah.
Yeah, bar.
Yeah, so we need to do the vote on the bars. We need to do a vote on the bars.
Okay, so Susie made the motion, I'll second that motion for the bars.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries. Now discussion items.
Right, so this is new policies that are be coming up, but it's basically based on the new Title IX regulations. But there are several lawsuits attacking the new Title IX regulations. So we don't know what's gonna come out of that. So these, I just included in here so you can read, and I emailed you the complete, this is just kind of an overview. I did email you the complete policy. So just kind of go over it, and after I visit with our attorneys and stuff next month, we'll decide if we want to go with it or wait for the lawsuits to clear out and just keep our existing policy. But it has several policies in here. One's for non-discrimination, equal opportunity, non-discrimination on the basis of sex, non-discrimination relating to reproductive or gender affirming healthcare, Human Rights Act protection, gender identity, equal opportunity, employment opportunity programs for pregnant parenting students, equal educational opportunities, pregnant parenting students, and married students. So these are all coming up that we may or may not, just depending on what our attorneys say and what your feelings are on it as well. But right now, it's just to make you aware, this is coming down the pike and kind of coming out yourself with the policies that are being proposed. Any questions on that?
I don't have any.
No.
And the next item, for the requiring students to be toilet trained, to be enrolled in school, this is for kindergarten up. There's not a law in New Mexico that says yea or nay, it would be up to us. So it's just something for you to think about and give me direction. It has been brought to my attention that we do have a kindergarten student that is not potty trained. So is that something that we want to allow? I mean, we couldn't make it retroactive, so that student would be allowed to finish the year. But from next year forward, then it would be in place if that's the route we chose to go. We do not have to go that way. It's just something I can get our attorneys to check and start drafting a policy. Look at it. They said it's entirely local control of it. It's something we want to do. She pointed out that it could put teachers in compromising situations, even though they go into witnesses or whatever. You know, and we're not doing it for pre-K, but from kindergarten and above is what we were considering. And it wouldn't be, you know, like any kind of medical disability, any kind of special education disability, anything like that, it wouldn't be applicable to. It's only for a student not with any kind of disability or medical condition. I
think we should.
Okay. So I'll start with our attorneys, kind of drafting a policy and bring something I can draft next month. And again, it wouldn't go into effect until next school year, so.
And will this need to be approved by the union of any type?
I don't think so, it's
No?
just board policy, yeah. So,
Just making sure.
yeah,
I just don't wanna take away from the teachers'
Right.
time teaching and
right. Yeah, you understand. And it could even be so far as, I mean, if we didn't want to go so far as to saying they couldn't come to school, just saying that the student will be, the parent would have to come take care of the student. I don't know, I think that would be kind of impractical if they're working at home, but,
you guys agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get our attorneys on it. Okay.
Item number 9, sorry.
Oh, that's right.
Discussion and action on out-of-state tuition agreements.
So this is our annual agreement with Duncan Schools, and it just requires mine and their superintendent's signature, but we do need your approval to honor it as we have in the past every year. We pay only what the state pays us. I think in the past they've tried to collect more, but the state caps us. So we just pay what the state caps us at.
And what is that cap?
I think last year was like 327,000 or something like that.
Yeah, it changes every year.
Yeah, every year it's a little bit different.
They put,
And it's based on the number of students and then the amount they pay per student. And at any time, the state could come say, well, we're not gonna do this anymore. And then at that time, we would just
Stop paying.
stop paying. And then it would be up to
we have to decide to send a bus.
yeah, we'd either send a bus or the parents could still keep going and Duncan would let them in for free. Because Duncan cannot collect any money since they're not residents of the state. They're not supposed to be. Because otherwise they're double dipping. I mean, they're collecting from Arizona,
Yeah.
why are we paying them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like 3 years ago, we used to get enough money from the state to cover what it truly cost, but
Right.
since 2020-ish, the money the state actually gives us has not been what we would pay them if it was fully funded, I guess, by the state. So the last couple of years, like Lucas said, we just paid them what the state gave us to pay them.
So any questions or anything on
And we give, whatever, New Mexico, right, per student?
Well,
it? And actually, it's a cap.
it would be more if we, so that's why it's like 3 years ago,
Okay, 3 years,
and
okay.
you would take the unit value times the number of students, we would actually get that much money funded to us, so it was fine. But then that kind of changed as the unit value's gone up and up. The money that we've received from the state to pay them has gone down and down.
Right, because the state puts a cap on it, and I don't know what formula they use,
Okay.
but it is capped. So even if the unit value that they would normally pay us, if they came to us, we'd get the full unit value, but they don't send the full unit value.
And so I think like last year, if we had done the unit value, would have been over
400,000.
400,000. But we only got 320 from the state, so, that's what we pay them versus paying them 80,000 out of our,
General.
yeah.
How many students are going over there?
It varies 60 to 80, somewhere in that neighborhood.
That's way more.
And I know the people in the village of Verdant appreciates this board for signing this contract every year. They do
Right.
appreciate that because they feel like it's the safety of their students, especially those in high school wanting to play sports and overnight trips. And so they do appreciate us signing this every year, so.
They haven't said anything about getting less than,
Than 300.
No,
No.
I mean, they really hadn't. I think last year, year before, the superintendent was a little upset, or the business manager. But we said, well, we're glad to talk to you, but they never returned.
I think they also understand that
Yeah,
yeah.
we're getting what we get.
yeah.
Yeah.
The state's being.
Yeah, that's fine, the state wants to pay, but they can't expect us
To pay.
to pay
Yeah.
our kids out of their district. Yeah.
Yeah, we want them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't see their side, so I don't really know how it works on their side. I'm always really curious.
Right, because in New Mexico, the student has an Arizona address. We're not supposed to be able to count them. But I don't know how they do it over there.
Yeah, because I have another district that does this with Texas.
Mhm.
And I guess in the back of my mind, I'm always wondering, like, are they getting funded for them?
Yeah, because they're getting funded from the
I
state.
haven't
They shouldn't be
double
getting,
checked.
I mean, that's like,
I'm not saying that that's what, but I'm always in my
I feel like there's
head.
gonna be
you know-
an investigation going on.
you could always do an emperor request.
My head. Not saying that that's
Let's
what
do
happened.
it.
Yeah. We do need a motion on this one.
I'll go ahead and make that motion to sign off the out-of-state tuition with Duncan Schools. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Motion by Mrs. Esquivel, do I have a second?
I second the motion.
Seconded by Mr. Della O, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. And that covers everything, so
Yeah,
we'll adjourn.
thank you all very much.
Yay.
Thank you, Susie.